Hello, welcome everyone. We're going to wait a couple seconds here as I see people are still joining, and then we'll get started. So give you a couple seconds here and we'll get started with our Human Cyber Shield, 5 strategies for cybersecurity awareness. All right, it looks like we got a good crowd here. So let's get started. So let's protect your organization's digital assets with human-centric cybersecurity solutions. These 5 powerful strategies will transform your workforce into a formidable defense against cyber threats. Let's empower your team to safeguard critical data and networks effectively. Hello, I'm Lisa Niekamp-Irwin. I'm President and CEO of Tomorrow's Technology Today. You know how small businesses can be frustrated with technology? It doesn't work when they need it the most. Their IT company doesn't answer the phone. Their billing is often incorrect. We are an IT company that solves these problems and more. We have friendly, certified technicians, and our layers of cybersecurity keep our clients protected. Our proven process solves these problems in 3 easy steps. We analyze, we stabilize, and we strategize. Our clients find this helps them with their technology and makes it hassle-free and stress-free. So let's understand the different types of cyber threats. Malware. Cyber threats constantly evolve, becoming more sophisticated and harder to detect. You want to stay informed about the latest malware, trends, and attack vectors, so you know what is really happening. Then we have social engineering tactics. These attacks exploit human psychology to gain unauthorized access. You and your team want to learn to recognize and resist manipulative techniques used in phishing and in scams. Then we have our insider threats. Sometimes the danger comes from within. Implementing protocols to mitigate risks from disgruntled employees and negligent insiders. The impact of cyber attacks can cause significant damage. The hard and soft costs to an attack, including the cost of data recovery, system repairs, legal fees, business interruption, and maybe even penalties, can generate a significant financial damage. You can have reputational damage to individuals and to businesses. The release of sensitive data or private information can lead to a loss of trust and credibility. Cyber attacks can result in the theft of personally identifiable information or personal information such as credit cards, social security numbers, and other sensitive information, leading to identity theft and financial fraud. Buying is all about trust, and when you put an inkling of doubt into your buyer's mind, you can really make an impact on your sales. So having that trust and keeping it by keeping their data safe makes you a vigilant and good business. There have been many significant cyber incidences through the history, from the Morris worm to the Equifax data breach. Let's take a look at some of these incidents and what can we learn from them. So the Morris worm was one of those first significant cyber incidents in the history, causing damage to computer systems across the world back in 1988. It highlighted the need for better security measures and the dangers of cyber attacks. Stinix was a highly sophisticated malware designed to target Iranian nuclear facilities, and that was in 2010. It was the first known cyber attack to cause physical damage to industrial control systems, highlighting the growing threat of cyber attacks on critical infrastructure. Then we have the Equifax data breach, which was in 2017. It exposed personal information of over 143 million people, highlighting the importance of data protection and the need for companies to implement better security measures to prevent such incidences. So, employees are often the weakest link in cybersecurity. Let's discuss the importance of regular training, effective training methods, and creating a security first culture. Cyber threats are constantly evolving. It's so important to provide regular training to employees to keep them up to date on the latest threats and the prevention methods. It's an important step in preventing cyber attacks and ensuring the security of company data and its information and your information. Cybersecurity is a layer approach. It's so that if one layer breaks down, another layer can stop it. This is the only layer we can put between the keyboards and the fingers. There are many effective training methods for cybersecurity awareness. We have simulated phishing attacks, a very effective training method. They help employees recognize and respond to phishing emails, reducing the risk of successful attacks. In-person training sessions is another method. These sessions allow for interactive learning and can be tailored to specific employee needs. Then we have online courses. They are very convenient and effective. Many times they're part of a compliance requirements and they have review test questions. They can be taken at any time and they can be accessed from anywhere, making them ideal for remote employees. Creating a culture of cybersecurity requires buy-in from top management all the way through the organization. A critical component of a security first culture needs to include employee training. Regular training and awareness programs can help employees understand the importance of cybersecurity and how to identify and report security threats. Conducting regular assessments can help organizations identify vulnerabilities in their systems and in the processes and develop strategies to mitigate those risks. Risk assessment should be done on a periodically and should involve all the stakeholders. Another requirement in creating a security first culture is having leadership and accountability at all levels of that organization. Leaders should set examples and follow best practices, and they need to hold all employees accountable for adhering to security policies and procedures. Our second strategy, strong passwords are crucial for preventing unauthorized access of sensitive information. Let's discuss the characteristics of strong passwords and the tools for managing passwords and educating employees about password safety. Strong passwords should be a minimum of 12 characters, and this makes it harder for hackers to crack them. It needs to have a mix of uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols. Avoid reusing those passwords. Avoid making patterns out of your passwords. These characteristics can make it much more difficult for spies to gain access with your passwords. There are many tools that can help manage passwords, including Password Manager and two-factor authentication. Password managers securely store your login information for a variety of websites, apps, and services, making it easier to use strong passwords and helping you protect your accounts from those hackers. I've been asked many times about the security attributes of password managers. Passwords managers need to keep the data encrypted, and that needs to be encrypted at rest and in transit. In my opinion, the password manager benefit outweighs many of the risks. We all survived the LastPass password manager breach. Unfortunately, passwords can be fortunately, many passwords can be easily changed. Two-factor authentication adds an additional layer of security to your accounts by requiring a code in addition to that password. There's many options of using authenticator apps, there's always the option of using an authenticator app or a text message. We always recommend using an authenticator app over the text messaging just because text messages can be easily simulated. Many applications are going to what we call a passwordless login, and that's where the authenticator app actually will give you an instant notification with a couple of numbers. And then those numbers are entered into the service or application as the verification. In my opinion, that's where the industry is going to evolve with passwords. In our company, technicians don't even know passwords. We use a password manager that is integrated with our tools that uses a password, and then it updates that password after it's used. So there's always a new password being used as they use the passwords. This eliminates the risk of stolen cached credentials. There have been a number of breaches in our area that resulted from stolen privileged accounts, and that's where the hacker found the password temporarily stored on the device and used that to gain more access into the network. Employees need to be aware of the importance of strong passwords to protect against unauthorized access to confidential and sensitive information. I don't find it funny when people tell me that, their password is their dog and they just put a couple characters around it. We need to be diligent about this. They need to be trained on how to create and manage passwords securely, including tips for creating strong and unique passwords, and the best practices for storing and changing them. Using a spreadsheet that's password protected is not a password manager. A password policy is ideal for every business, no matter what your size. It makes it black and white. They know exactly what is needed and what is expected. Phishing attacks are common methods of cyber attacks that use social engineering to steal that sensitive information. So let's discuss how to identify phishing emails and messages and the techniques used by attackers and the steps to take if a phishing attempt is detected. Phishing emails and messages can be identified by suspicious links, urgent requests for information, or unusual sender information. It is important to be cautious and not to click on links or download attachments from unknown sources. Attackers use a variety of techniques to make phishing emails and messages look authentic, such as creating fake login pages and using social engineering tactics. It is amazing by the timing of these emails. But if you really think about the statistics, how many Amazon packages are delivered in a day? If they do what we call spray and pray, it's going to hit home to someone and catch someone off guard because they're waiting on that package. If you detect a phishing attempt, report it immediately to the appropriate person or department, such as your IT department or your supervisor. Avoid clicking on suspicious links or downloading any suspicious attachments that may have been included in a phishing email. Never provide sensitive information, such as passwords or financial information. Never put credit card information or financial bank information in an email message unless it's encrypted. Never respond to a phishing email or message. We always recommend a phone conversation via a known phone number to verify that that PDF is valid. If an email and account has been compromised, an email verification or using any of that data off that email for the verification is definitely from the spy, and it's not going to go back to that real person. Strategy number 4. So let's talk about securing devices. Everything from servers to workstations, laptops, and mobile phones. Mobile devices often contain sensitive information such as personal data, financial information, and work-related documents, making it essential to secure them against a cyber attack and data breach. Mobile device management is a great tool for every business to use and keep business data protected, whether that mobile device is personally owned or it's part of the business assets. To secure your personal devices, use strong passwords that are difficult to guess. Enable two-factor authentication to add extra layers of security. And keep all that software up to date so it is protected from the known vulnerabilities. When accessing sensitive information remotely, it is vital to use a secure network to prevent unauthorized access. A secure network ensures that data is transmitted over a protected channel, and there should be additional layers of security by encrypting that data, making it unreadable to unauthorized access points. You would not believe the number of Microsoft 365 stolen tokens, that MFA token, that happen from airport connections and from public Wi-Fi at locations like Starbucks and McDonald's. Regular software updates are crucial for preventing cyber attacks. Let's discuss why updates are important. Automating software updates and ensuring consistency across all devices. Software updates are essential for maintaining the security of devices and networks, as they often include important security patches and bug fixes. Thus, keeping software up to date is crucial for preventing cyber attacks and protecting that sensitive data from cyber criminals. Most software updates include release information, which is the list for these cyber criminals, and it's an easy list of target exposures. Hackers many times opt for the path of least resistance. Knowing that Microsoft updates are tedious and they don't happen automatically, even though they say they will. They take time, and they take time to make sure that they're in place. So they bank on those updates not being in place. And it makes it easy for them to take advantage of those vulnerabilities. So automating software updates ensure that all devices are consistently updated, reducing the vulnerabilities and improving security. This also improves efficiency and saves time. allowing for your focus on more important tasks. Unfortunately, the Microsoft updates don't always happen. Thus, the reason for automation for these updates. So we have shared 5 key strategies at a high level here. Educating employees, implementing strong password policies, recognizing phishing attacks, securing personal devices, and maintaining regular updates. This is not an all-inclusive list, but this is a great start to the road of cybersecurity for your business. I didn't even touch on data backup strategy, nor disaster recovery or incident response. If any of these strategies are questionable in your organization, let's have a conversation so you really know what that means. Every webinar, I like to offer a follow-up. I would like to have a conversation with you. I'm also offering a dark web scan of your business domain. Do you know what's been reported on the dark web for your domain? Let me provide you a free report of that. Let's have a conversation about these strategies. And October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So I want to help businesses stop these low-life thieves from taking our hard-earned money, and so we can keep it. I really believe in that mission of protecting our businesses and protecting our data. We can provide great great business, great businesses. We can provide strategy for businesses in the technology. So if you would like to have a conversation about that, here's the URL, here's a QR code. I'll provide you a dark web report. Let's have a discussion about cybersecurity and about the awareness. The company that we use for cybersecurity awareness does have a free trial. So you can check out the videos and see how engaging they are and what they bring to the table. If anything, let me help you with a cybersecurity awareness training program. And let's get started. Let's talk. So book an appointment with me, and looking forward to talking with you. With that, that's a wrap, and we'll call it a day. Thanks for joining, and have a great day.